The universe is a blank slate in every moment. But we've all agreed to create this sort of continuity. And in many ways, it's really, really good. If you got up every day and your life really did start all over from a blank slate, it would be a whole different experience, you know. Who am I today? And that's possible in some universe, I'm sure. It's not necessarily what we want. What we want is to get really fluid and get really good at surfing and let the things go back to blank slate that we want to let go back to blank slate, and let the things provide continuity that we want to have provide continuity. And so getting very familiar with this place, the fertile void, I like to call it. Sometimes I'll call it womb of the universe, sometimes I'll Mother of God, the field. Scientists are calling it the field, although I think what they're calling the field may even be not as far down the rabbit hole as what I would call the field. Yeah, the blank canvas is another way to look at it. So as we get more and more familiar with this blank canvas that we have, the world is our oyster. When we know how to paint on a blank canvas, we can start a new painting anytime we want. Now, what most people do is take a crusty old canvas that's had a lot of different paintings painted on it. And you know how when you paint, I don't know, I'm a painter, but when you paint, a texture begins to build up. And so even though you paint over it, something still shows through from the old painting. That's different from a smooth blank canvas. So what most people do is take an old canvas, old crusty canvas of their life, and they just try to fix it, change it, heal it, manipulate it around, and change some things here and there. And it's never quite as powerful as if it had been a blank canvas. Boy, we're whipping up some wind here. Mm-hmm. It's never quite as potent as if it had been completely blank. So what you'll find after this weekend is that you start creating more off of a blank canvas. Now, of course, we do the best we can with language. Some of these things that are going to appear on this blank canvas you've been wanting for a long, long time. But when they appear, they won't be as mixed with old stuff. They'll be purer, clearer. Yeah. You ever have a new job or a new relationship and it's just sort of like different faces, different places, but it's not really any different. Yeah, yeah. That's the old crusty canvas. And most people do drag along a lot of the old vibration and the old energy and history with them as they create new things. The good news is, and this metaphor came to me yesterday, it was one of those moments when I went, the beauty of getting out of the way. I've never said this way before in all these years, and it was something I've been looking for. It was something I've been going, there's a way to say this that just, it just goes to the gut. I had a private session with a woman who was going to be in here. She's living in Israel, and she was going to be here, but she came to town to visit relatives, and she decided to do one-on-one sessions anyway, and it was so perfect because these words came. all the things you've been wanting are like this. You've wanted things and you've wanted things and your heart has asked. And it's rained down. And it's been collecting in this big reservoir. But as mankind often does, the reservoir is dammed up. It's not flowing like a free-flowing river flows, which would be the natural thing. The reservoir is dammed up. And the pressure's really building. You know how they'll wait until the pressure's really building and then they'll open the floodgates? Then the water flows. So when you open up the floodgates, when you get out of the way, when you release resistance, when you relax, when you get your worthiness, when you square up and get clear with those past relationships that were out of whack. When those things happen and the floodgates open, all of that reservoir of grace and good and all the things that you've asked for just come flowing in.